Hello and welcome to the Mushroom Murder Trial podcast. My name is Lisa and I'm reporting to you from outside the Supreme Court of Victoria, where Erin Patterson today faced some of her victims. The survivor of her deadly mushroom meal says he has forgiven the convicted killer and was, quote, no longer her victim. Baptist pastor Ian Wilkinson addressed the Supreme Court of Victoria as the killer faced her victims' loved ones during a plea hearing. Led by two corrections officers, Patterson entered the packed courtroom at about 10:25 a.m. The court had opened earlier in the morning to accommodate members of the Patterson and Wilkinson families, the media, police and members of the public. There was a total of 28 victim impact statements, but the bulk of them will not be made public. I'm going to take you through a couple of them today and then the rest tomorrow. Authors of the victim impact statements can request their contents are kept private. Mr. Wilkinson spoke first about the impact of the deadly lunch at the murderer's home in July 2023. With a quivering voice, he labelled the killer's crimes as, quote, a callous and calculated disregard for my life and those I love. What foolishness thinks murder a solution to their problems, he said. The Corumburra Baptist Church pastor said he would offer the murderer forgiveness for the crimes that were done, quote, to me. Quote, in regard to the many harms done to me, I make an offer of forgiveness to Erin, he said. I have no power or responsibility to forgive harms done to others. In regard to the murders of Heather, Don and Gail, I am compelled to seek justice. Mr. Wilkinson, who attended almost every day of the trial in Morwell, said he prayed Patterson would use her time in jail to become a better person. Quote, no longer am I a victim of Erin Patterson. Now she is a victim of my kindness, he said. Mr. Wilkinson also paid tribute to his, quote, beautiful wife, Heather. Quote, she was simply a beautiful person, he told the court. Heather was his wife for 44 years and together, quote, we face life as a team. In addition, she took her faith very seriously. He lamented that, quote, there was so much attention in this world to those who do evil. But Mr. Wilkinson said I feel half a life without her. As well, he gave details of his ongoing and serious health problems caused by the killer's actions. Next up was Don and Gail Patterson's daughter, Ruth Dubois, who said her children had been forced to witness firsthand how cruel and unkind the world can be. She said to Erin, as a mother, I could never understand how you willingly chose this for your children. Next up was Tim Patterson, who is Don and Gail Patterson's nephew, and he's also Simon Patterson's cousin. He says the deaths continue to haunt his family. The death of his family members was a, quote, nightmare that became real. He questioned how to measure what was, quote, a deep sense of loss. What I do know is the week following was the worst of my life, he said. Quote, why would God choose such a violent end for those who gave their lives to him? A statement was also read to the court on behalf of the killer's estranged husband, Simon Patterson, where he said he missed his parents and aunt more than words can express. He said his two children would now have to live with the grim reality of a broken family. As well, he said members of the media had engaged in deplorable conduct in the wake of the killings. We know who you are. We know exactly who you are. And as well, he said members of the media had engaged in deplorable conduct in the wake of the killings. His family had been harassed at home and ambushed by strangers with cameras. They've had to put in a security system as well. The children and I have been filmed in cafes and in the street. Now, I know none of you guys would ever do that, but if you know of someone who would consider doing that, it's not appropriate. He said, I doubt I'll get used to being treated in that way. As well, his statement did not directly address his estranged wife. He did say this about his children. Like all of us, they face the daunting challenge of trying to comprehend what Erin has done. The grim reality is they live in an irreparably broken home with a solo parent when almost everyone knows their mother murdered their grandparents. Oh my God. That is devastating to read, to hear. He said those are really difficult hurdles to overcome, as he can understand. Despite this, quote, both children are incredibly strong, loving, intelligent. With much help, they are overcoming the hurdles. Now, just before Simon's address to the court, myself and two other journalists, we were asked to move upstairs into the public gallery because corrective services believed we were too close to the dock, which is where a certain Miss Patterson was going to sit. Now, it gave me cause to reflect. How did we get from a Facebook true crime group to the clink of handcuffs inside the Supreme Court of Victoria? I have absolutely no idea. We still don't have a motive. So that's all I have for you this episode. I'm going to have another one for you very, very soon with some of the other statements and an update on the defence and prosecution submissions for sentencing. So thank you so much for listening. I want to say another hi to the listeners who said hello to me today at court. That was an unexpected thrill. So thank you so much. I hope you have a great evening and make sure you get the information from my free newsletter, mushroommurdertrial.com. And I shall speak to you very, very soon. Thanks. Bye.